ELDOA is a technique developed by French osteopath Dr. Guy Voyer, and translated into English, it stands for Longitudinal Osteoarticular Decoaptation Technique. So what does that mean? Well, basically there's an ELDOA for each segment of the spine as well as other joints in the body. So when we're looking at spinal ELDOAs, they are end range strengthening exercises that take just 60 seconds to do per segment, and they are designed to create more space between the vertebrae. Now, L5-S1 is a very common place for disc herniations, disc bulges, people who have chronic low back pain and low back problems. So I'm going to be showing you how to do the L5-S1 ELDOA today. For this, you are going to need some wall space. And I just want to quickly go over some of the key terms that I'll be using as I talk you through this position. So first of all, with the legs, when the legs are straight in ELDOA, we create what is called a pseudo inversion of the foot. So we would flex our toes back and then angle the outer edges of the feet forward, as if we were trying to pull the arches of the feet into ourselves or towards the center of our bodies. So when we have our legs up the wall, we'll be flexing the toes back. We'll be coming into an internal rotation. So think pigeon toeing your feet, but you're also internally rotating the knees and really the entire leg. So this motion is going to be happening at the hips. There's a lot of tension here in this motion. Okay, so that's what the lower body is going to be doing. Your upper body is going to be putting the rest of your fascia on tension, creating a fascial stretch of that web of connective tissue that surrounds all of your muscles. So to do that, we're going to bring the arms out in front. We're going to flex our fingertips back, pushing through the palms, and then coming into an external rotation. So with the arms out in front, external rotation at the shoulder looks like elbow pits pointing up towards the ceiling, fingertips pointing down towards the floor. Now, when we bring our arms up overhead, external rotation will look like fingertips angled out towards the side walls. All right, let's get down into our full L5-S1 ELDOA position. So you're going to come to a wall and you're going to sit with your sit bones as close to the wall as possible, and then spin yourself onto your back, bringing your legs up the wall. Now you may need to inchworm in a little bit if you're not feeling those sit bones right up against the wall. So do your best to make contact here. First thing, if your hamstrings are very tight and it is uncomfortable for you to lie on your back with your legs straight on the wall, I want you to bend your knees a little bit just to take the tension out of those hammies. Now our feet are going to be our hips width apart. And then we're going to come into that pseudo inversion at the lower leg. So we flex the toes back, we come into internal rotation at the ankle, at the knee, at the hip, and I'm going to angle the outer edges of my feet up towards the ceiling, pulling my arches in towards my navel. Lots of tension here in this position. I'm going to tuck my chin to lengthen out the back of my neck. My eyes are open and I'm looking through my inner thighs at the wall. From here, arms are going to come up towards the ceiling. I'm going to flex my fingertips back and we come into external rotation at the shoulders. Fingertips are now pointing towards the knees. Bringing one arm up overhead at a time, I'm going to bring my bicep right outside of my ear. Other arm follows. And then the last piece here is I'm going to press my low back, my L5 vertebra, just think the base of your spine, just above your sacrum, you're going to press that down into the floor. So here in this position, I'm reaching my heels up the wall towards the ceiling, but if my hamstrings are tight, I'm going to keep my knees slightly bent. I am pushing through my palms, lifting up out of my armpits, almost like I'm shrugging, pushing up so much through the palms, and at the same time I'm pressing my low back down into the floor. So I'm getting as tall as possible, tucking my chin down towards my sternum. Eyes are open, looking at the wall, and we hold this position for just 60 seconds. High tension here, reaching, stretching, pushing. When it's time to come out, we want to make sure we do not rebound out of this position. So we bring one arm up towards the ceiling at a time, relaxing the tension in your arms. Slowly relax the tension in your legs. And then you can bend your knees, placing your feet flat on the wall. And to come out, we want to roll over, hips and shoulders in one motion. So I'm going to not twist my spine, but roll over onto one side and then push myself back up. Okay, one last point I want to cover is that ELDOA should only be done when your body is warm, when your connective tissue is warm. So at the end of a workout is a great time to do your ELDOA. You can also do an entire ELDOA workout if you have multiple ELDOAs that you are working with. And another great time to do it is before you go to bed. So maybe after taking a hot bath or a hot shower, you can throw your legs up the wall, give your low back a little bit of rest from your day, and go to bed hopefully with a happy back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.